Tam'ah will cause you to say things about people you don't believe. Like the salesman. You look great in that. And he just wants to sell it. He could care less. But he's going to tell you, he's not going to tell you it's horrible, you look terrible. You know, he's going to say, you look really good in that. Right? I bought a cheap pair of glasses once that they were ugly, but they were inexpensive, and I got them, and the person said to me, oh, those are really nice. I said, I think they're really terrible, but you know, it's good price. And they said to me, yeah, you're right. Right? It's just Tam'ah. Why are they saying that? Because they want me to buy the glasses, come back another time, whatever. Have a nice day. You know, ching ching. I mean, you can see in sales, you learn that, right? People that are salespeople, they know this better than anybody else. It's all about Tam'ah. When the guy walks through the door, there's Tam'ah. You want to sell something, you have Tam'ah. And that Tam'ah makes you do certain things that you wouldn't normally do. Like there's people you'll talk to and be nice to that you wouldn't give the time of day if you saw them in normal circumstances, right? Because there's Tam'ah there. And that's why التاجر الصادق مع الشهداء. The truthful merchant is with the martyrs on the Yawm al-Qiyamah. It's a hadith. The truthful merchant is with the martyrs, which means he doesn't have Tam'ah in his heart. Now how do you say, how can you be a merchant and not have Tam'ah? Because he sees everything coming from Allah. If Allah brings him a customer, it's Allah bringing His provision to him. If he doesn't buy anything, Allah didn't decree it. And he can just be a human being. He doesn't have to lie. He doesn't have to tell him how wonderful everything is. He can just be a human being. One of the things in traditional cultures, and in some places, like some people in Fes will still do this. In traditional cultures, when you went into the marketplace, they had aswaq, right? These were like rows of hanut, stores. Now, in America, the dumbest thing that you can do in marketing is what? Build a place next to a place where they're selling the same thing. I mean, anybody, right? Anybody been to business school? You always do your marketing analyses, right? And you find out, is there a need for this thing? Well, why would in traditional societies, why would they put them all in the same place? And so they call it suq al-attarin, right? They'll call it suq al, whatever they're selling. And this, so you go to Damascus, right? Everybody knows where the suq of the clothes, where they all are. The suq of the iskafiyin, where they sell the shoes. Right? Everybody knows where to go. They're all sitting there. Not only do they all sit there together, but traditionally, they usually prayed together. They were friends. They often were in guilds together and actually apprenticed people, and they were often attended the same circles, had the same sheikhs. They were best friends. Seriously. What would happen is, if this guy who had the first store, he sold enough for the day, he would shut down and go back to home or go to the masjid and let his other brothers get what they needed. I'm not making this up. It's hard to believe that there were actually people like this on the planet. But it's really true. And there's still a few left. I mean, they're really old usually, and their sons think they're idiots. Right? Because they've been to business school and have their MBAs now. Right? No, seriously. There's all these books, How to Swim Amongst the Sharks. Right? No, there's business books in this culture teaching you how. They have an ad in, I think it was Time or U.S. News and World Report. It shows this guy looking in the mirror, this young guy looking in the mirror. He's in like a hotel, and it says he's going to eat the competition for breakfast. And then down below, written on the window, and then down below it says, and then he's going to take his kids to Marine World. And it's like an ad for a hotel. So this is, this is the world and this is what he's saying is, we want to purify ourselves from all this stuff. We don't want to be like that. We want to actually coexist with other people. Right? The Prophet ﷺ said the disease, da'ul umam is tanafus, competition over dunya. That is the disease of civilizations. And he said that is what will destroy them in the end. Because in the end, if here's your philosophy, us against them, the problem is their philosophy is us against them. So everybody's philosophy is us against them. And unfortunately for other people, you're their them, just like they're your us. Right? So you wipe them all out. In the end, everybody gets wiped out, right? Because they're out to wipe you out. You're out to wipe them out. So it's a deep disease, Tam'ah. Some of them said that Tam'ah, that the huruf of Tam'ah are all mujawwafa. Right? These are like sucking, there's no way to fill them up. That you always desire more. You'll never get what you want. In fact, the Greeks had a concept for it called eros. Right? They differentiated between different types of desire. Agape and eros. And eros is like a longing. It's a desire that's never fulfilled. It's never fulfilled. Right? And it's like just always wanting more and more and more. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ said that the son of Adam, that nothing will fill his mouth, jof, nothing except the dirt in his own grave. If he had one mountain of gold, he'd just desire a second one. Nothing's going to fill you. And then he said, لا يشبع إثنان طالب العلم وطالب الدنيا. Two people will never be quenched, seekers of knowledge and seekers of dunya. So you choose. You choose, right? Those are the two people that are going to be insatiated in the world. And you're either one or the other. You're either seeking knowledge or you're seeking dunya. That's it. No other choices in this world. Uh-huh.
You said that there's also a way you can use it for good, in a sense, that when you desire it, so that you can use it in the same way.
Right. I mean, in other words, Tam'ah, if it's for Allah, that's a good Tam'ah. Do you see what I mean? In other words, if you desire Allah, Tam'ah is a human urge. It's in us. It's there. I mean, all of us have desire. What he's saying is, the disease is when you desire other than Allah. You think some benefit is in other than Allah. The same with hasad. If you're envying people because you don't think they deserve what they have, no. But if you see somebody who's outstripping you, you should want to be like them. In fact, that impetus might make you start doing things that they're doing in order to become a better person. So those are utilizing these things to your advantage. Now listen to this. This is so brilliant, I thought. He says, لو سيل ما حرفته قال اكتساب مذلة. If you ask desire, what's your trade? It'll answer earning humiliation. That's the hirfa. Or if you ask about his father, he would say, doubt concerning the divine measuring out. There's not coming to me. Or if you ask him about his goal, he would say it's the deprivation of the very thing that he desires. Okay? And also, trying to make money, being out in the dunya, being active in your dunya, it's jaiz, it's mubah. Allah didn't tell you. He said, فَانْتَشِرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَابْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ. Travel in the earth, and seek the bounty of Allah. Meaning dunya, seek good things. Right? لِيَشْهَدُوا مَنَافِعَ لَهُم. Even on Hajj, Allah says you can go and have worldly benefit on Hajj. You can actually go and sell things on Hajj. There's nothing wrong. You can join dunya and akhirah on Hajj. You don't have to go purely, I'm only going, that's it. No, you can take things. You could take scents or books or whatever. I mean, now I think it's limited what they allow through the thing. But it is permissible for the hujjaj on Hajj to bring merchandise and sell it. And there's people that shave people and make money. They bring razors and things like that. And they're hujjaj and they're making money. Nothing wrong with that. Our deen doesn't even frown upon it. You shouldn't say astaghfirullah. What they're not spiritual people. That's not from our deen. There's nothing wrong with doing that. So he says that's permissible. Unless it was for tafakhur or takathur, right? Or litaswif at-tawbah. Then it becomes a kabira. Unless you were acquiring money in order to compete with others in a proud way, right? Or to hoard wealth and things like that as a way of accumulating massive wealth. Or taswif at-tawbah, putting off tawbah, right? يُرِيدُ الْإِنسَانُ لِيَفْجُرَ أَمَامَهُ. In Yawm al-Qiyamah, it says about لا أقسم يوم القيامة لا أقسم بالنفس اللوامة أيحسب الإنسان أن لن نجمع عظام بلا قادرين على أن نسوي بنانه بل يريد الإنسان ليفجر أمامه يسأل أيان يوم القيامة. So there's your طول الأمل. Man wants to keep doing wrong in what's left of his life, and he says, when is the Yawm al-Qiyamah? It seems a long way off. He doesn't really think about it. And so in the commentaries on that ayah, that the ulama say that one of the meanings of that, يُرِيدُ لِيَفْجُرْ أَمَامَهُ يُسَوِّفَ تَوْبَتَهُ, to put off his tawbah. And this is what they call, in this culture, sowing your wild oats. Right? There's an idea in this culture that when you're young and you've got energy to do ma'asi, get out and do as much as you can. Because you won't have energy to do those ma'asi when you get older. Right? Wallahi, this is a concept in American culture and European. Sowing your wild oats. And this is why Allah loves the young man who is in obedience. Because you get old, you don't have the energy to be disobedient to Allah.